Alright, so this is a video about how to change your exhaust studs. I'll just run through the whole process. Alright, to start, you can see I have my two exhaust nuts on there. If I, for some reason, wanted to change my exhaust studs, you have to take those off first. If you're missing them, then don't worry about that. But here's the next step. Over right here you have your rear exhaust mount. Mine's just a flathead screwdriver. So you take that out, and there's a couple of washers there as well. So you just have to hold on to those. And then you just kind of put your hold this up and take it off. And make sure it doesn't hit the ground and dent. Alright. The next thing is putting the new exhaust stud in. So this is the standard Tomo exhaust stud. Let's see. What I was saying, I sent someone an email earlier about how to put them in. So what you need to do is you need to have two nuts. So you have two in this hand. And then here's my standard exhaust stud. So you put the first nut on. It helps if they're the same type of nut, but they don't have to be. Then you put the second nut on, and then when the second one is on, even just a little bit, then you push the first one back, and you have to hold the second one in place while you turn them opposite ways, so that way they're nice and tight. And you might have to use two wrenches. So then what you would do is you'd take this and you put it up into the exhaust stud hole that's on the bottom of the cylinder, and then you just start turning it in by hand. And you want to be careful not to cross-thread it. And then once it gets up in there, then you could take, I believe it's a 10mm wrench, and you just will tighten the top. Put it on the top piece, and you're just going to use the wrench to turn it in there. And now when it's all the way in with the wrench, and you hit the back, you feel it hit the back of the hole, then you just turn it about 1/8 of a turn so it's nice and tight. But it's not going to be too tight because you don't want to over tighten your exhaust studs. And also another important thing to remember about putting your exhaust studs in is, since these are going to be hardened steel, and I don't remember what the cylinder is made out of, but anyways, you get the similar metal reaction or something like that. And so you have to use never-sieze or anti-sieze or something like that, so that when you eventually have to take them out, if they break or something, you can still get it out and it won't be stuck in there. So that'll make your life a lot easier later on. So once you've installed your exhaust stud and you're ready to put the exhaust back on, you slip it onto those two studs. This part first goes on, and then you come back here and you're holding it up. I usually have to hold mine with my knee while I put it on, and then I have two washers on behind there, so you put your washer on there and then one on the front, and then you screw this back in place, and you should be good to go. Oh, and I think I forgot to mention, your exhaust gasket for over here, that has to go on too. Sometimes when you take it off, you can reuse the gasket, and I've taken my exhaust off quite a few times, but the gasket isn't really that great after you take it off and use it even one time. So you might want to replace that, because as you could see on the bottom of my cylinder before, I have a small exhaust leak, and it's not hurting me too much in the way of performance. If it's really bad, it could cause you to lean out and seize, but if it's a really small leak, I wouldn't worry about it. So yeah, that's how to change your exhaust studs.